Okay guys, in today's session we discussed about the Gauss law, very important topics from the electrostatics. As we discussed in a previous session about the flux linked with any surface and how we just use the equation of this one. So let's rewrite the flux linked with any surface is given as phi is equal to integration E dot dA over a surface. So this is the very well known equation of a flux. Okay, means you want to finding out the flux is linked with any surface, then you just use this relation integration E dot dA over this given surface, thus it gives as a flux. Okay, and what is general formula of the flux? So flux is also given for uniform electric field, that's E dot A. For uniform electric field we give this flux by this way. So here we just find some relation. Okay, means we find the flux linked with any closed surface. Okay, so how we just getting this answer? So very simple, and this relation is given by the Gauss law. Okay, and this relation is named as a Gauss law. Let's we just find this flux linked with any closed surface. So what is this Gauss law? So Gauss law gives us flux linked with any closed surface. If you have any closed surface, then and you want to finding out the flux linked with any surface, then using this Gauss law. Very simple. Okay, now let's we just consider some situation. Here some point charge Q is placed. We don't know, here some point charge Q is placed, and you just consider any closed spherical surface. So this is the spherical surface. There is here Q is the center of this one. Q is what actually center of this closed surface, and this surface is considered radius r. Okay, here we consider this is a spherical surface. Spherical surface, and you just getting this answer. Okay, now for this whole this situation you want to finding out the flux, then you just consider the very small sectional area. Okay, so let's see, consider very small cross section area, like actually it is spherical surface, so very small. You can consider it is dA or you consider ds, no problem. Okay, let's consider the small area is supposed to be dA. What is the direction? Actually let's we just draw this area with the direction. So direction of this area is just drawing like this. Okay, now what is the electric field at this particular surface? So due to this point charge, if you draw the electric field right now consider it suppose plus Q, so field is away from this charge, so here the electric field is given in this direction, so that is electric field. So flux linked with this elemental section. Okay, so let's we write flux linked with this elemental area. Elemental sectional area is given as a d5 is equal to E dot dA. What is the angle between these two? Both are in the same direction. dA is just outside and E is also outside. If you consider any other section, see, suppose you consider the small sectional area, suppose somewhere here, you consider small sectional area somewhere here, then for this one dA is in this direction, and electric field from this point electric field due to this point charge at this point is given in this direction. So angle is again what? 0. What is the angle here? Means you consider the any point on this over the spherical surface, you consider the any point over the spherical surface, direction of electric field and the direction of this area vector both are same. It means the angle between the electric field and this area vector is always 0. You consider any other situation, suppose somewhere here you consider this is the area, this is what? Area. So its area vector is this one and electric field is this one. See, everywhere the direction of this both are same. It means theta is equal to what? 0. So what is our answer? E dot dA is equal to E into dA into cos 0. Okay, now from this relation 5 is equal to integration E dot dA, let's find this total flux linked with this whole spherical surface. So flux linked means let's write the total flux. write down total flux linked with the surface. So total flux phi is equal to integration d phi over a surface. So let's put this value here. So phi is equal to integration d phi means what? E dot dA. Cos 0 is equal to what? 1. So E dot dA over a surface. So over a surface. What is the magnitude of this electric field due to this point charge? So this magnitude is given as its integration kq upon r square. As we know, if you consider this one or this one, everywhere the distance is same, r. Okay, so magnitude of this electric field over the sphere is same, only the direction is different. Okay, so here E is equal to kq by r square, kq by r square into dA. So into dA, see, k constant, q constant, for this sphere r is also constant. Just take out from this one, and here we just take integration over a surface. So what is flux? So flux is equal to kq by r square integration dA over a surface. So what is the area of the surface? So total area of the surface for sphere is given as a 4 pi r square. Total area of the spherical surface is given as a 4 pi r square. Let's put this value and put k is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. K is equal to what? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Let me put here. So it is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q upon r square into area is equal to what? 4 pi r square. So into 4 pi r square. If anything is cancel, then cancel it. So here see, 4 pi r square and 4 pi r square cancel out. So what is this final answer? So in the numerator there is a q, and in denominator there is a epsilon naught. So answer is what? Q upon epsilon naught. So from this one, what do you say? So flux phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught. This equation is known as a Gauss law. Okay, this equation known as a Gauss law, but we just write the Gauss law in a proper format. So how we write this Gauss law? See, if you have any closed surface, so here this is the closed surface, and how much charge is enclosed by this surface? Q. What is this charge enclosed by the surface? It is a q. So that's ratio q upon epsilon naught. That's called a flux link with the surface. Okay, so Gauss law is just write in this format. So Gauss law is means a flux link with any closed surface. Flux linked with any closed surface is the ratio q upon epsilon naught. So ratio of charge enclosed by this surface, ratio of charge enclosed by the surface, and that is suppose q enclosed and epsilon naught. That is a ratio. This flux is a ratio of q and epsilon naught. So I am just write the same terminology here. This is the ratio of charge enclosed by the surface in the epsilon naught. Then we just write this equation: flux is equal to q enclosed upon epsilon naught, and this equation is known as a Gauss law. This equation is known as a Gauss law. Okay, and this is very important equation. All of you guys must be remember. Here q means what? Here what is the meaning of q? If you consider this situation, then what is a q? Q is a charge which is present inside the surface. Okay, this q is a charge which is present inside this surface. So this charge is known as a enclosed charge. Means the charge present inside the surface. Charge is present inside the surface. Okay, total charge actually. So here q, what is q enclosed? What is the meaning of q enclosed? Q enclosed means total charge inside the closed surface. This is the meaning. What is the meaning of Q enclosed? That is a total charge present inside the closed surface, and that's ratio is given as a flux to us, whatever this link with this one. Okay, so this is known as a flux link with any closed surface. Okay, and it is known as a Gauss law, and a very important equation. So from this equation, what do you write general equation of a flux? We just write this both this equation together. That is a general equation of a flux. So let's write general equation of flux. Means you write this both this equation, because 5 is equal to this one and 5 is equal to this one, both are same. So let's write general equation of a flux. So flux is equal to integration E dot dA over a surface is equal to Q enclosed upon epsilon naught. So all of you must be remember this equation, because we derive number of relation by the using of Gauss law by using this equation. Okay, all of you guys note this full theory in your books, then after we are go to this next one. Note it. Okay guys, now let us see what is Gauss law. As we discussed, it is a 5 is equal to integration E dot d over a surface is equal to Q enclosed upon epsilon. That is a Gauss law. Now we discuss some important topics which is related to the gas law. Okay, out of this first one, it is true for any closed surface. You note this, for any closed surface. Any closed means it does not depends on size and shape. It does not depends on size and shape. You consider any size of closed surface, any shape of closed surface, right? If you just see this relation 5 is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, then miss when we just derive this relation, at that time we use this dimension of spherical surface is R, means radius of a spherical surface R, but R is not present here. See, it means it does not depends on dimension. Gauss law, this equation Gauss law does not depends on a dimension, means it does not depends on a does not depends on size and shape of the surface. Means you can apply this law for any closed surface, because the any closed surface this law is applicable. Okay, so that is a one first note. Now second one, here this Q enclosed is present. Here you consider the Q enclosed, then Q enclosed is the total charge enclosed by this closed surface only. For an example, if you consider this type of situation, let's see. If you have this type of surface, you consider this is the one closed surface. Okay, this is the closed surface. Now you put the number of charges here. Suppose here Q1 is present, Q2 is present, Q3 is present, Q4 is present, Q5, this type of charges are present here. So here Q enclosed is a total charge enclosed by the closed surface only. Means here if you finding out this Q enclosed in this situation, then answer is what? Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 only. Q4 and Q5 are the outside from this closed surface, so we are not count these charges. Okay, so for this example, if you have to write down the Q enclosed, then what is the answer? Only Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Here we are not count the Q4 and Q5. When you use the Gauss law, at that time you just consider this type of charge system. Okay, means at that time you just consider the inside charges only, not outside. For this equation only, I am just telling about this Q enclosed. So that is the second note. Now third note, E is due to all charges. Means in this equation electric field is due to all charges, but Q enclosed is only charge enclosed by the surface. That is again we understand from here. Here Q enclosed is this one, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So here in this equation right hand side Q enclosed is this one. But what is this E? If you consider this E, then here electric field E is due to Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 and Q5. Right now how many charges are present in this system? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then electric field is due to all these charges. electric field, whatever you just find the electric field in this equation. If you find the electric field in this relation by this equation, integration E dot dA, then here this electric field is a resultant electric field due to all charges. What is this meaning of this electric field here? So here integration 5 is equal to integration E dot dA over a surface, and you find this electric field. So this electric field is nothing, that is a resultant electric field due to all charges. Maybe this charge is enclosed by the surface or not enclosed by the surface. Maybe this charge is inside the surface or outside the surface. Okay, all charges means what? All charges means charges inside the surface plus charges outside the surface. Charges inside the surface plus outside the surface. Okay, so here this is the meaning of this electric field. Means you must be understand proper meaning of this one and this one. Here Q enclosed is only this inside charges, but electric field is due to all charges. Electric field is due to all those charges. Okay, so that is a third knot. Now consider the fourth knot, that is Gaussian surface. Now what is the meaning of Gaussian surface? Gaussian surface means what? When you just using this law, and any case, so we choose some surface, because without choosing this closed surface we can't apply this law. Okay, if you choose the closed surface, then a closed surface, this closed surface, this one, okay, this one, see here I am just write this one, closed surface. This closed surface is known as a Gaussian surface. Okay, so this Gaussian surface means what? When you apply this law, you choose some closed surface. So here this closed surface is known as a Gaussian surface. This closed surface known as a Gaussian surface. For an example, when we just find some relation, when we find some electric field due to this means by the using of Gauss law, we choose some Gaussian surface. So we have some standard Gaussian surface. Okay, when we just using this law, so we just write this all this type of Gaussian surface in this next one. What is this next one? This law is useful. This law is useful to find the electric field, due to symmetrical charge geometry. Due to symmetrical geometry. What is the meaning of symmetrical geometry? Symmetrical geometry means like a line charge, spherical distribution of a charge, plane distribution of a charge. So for this type of geometry we call it symmetrical geometry. So if you want to find the electric field, due to this type of geometry, symmetrical, then this law is quite helpful for us. Okay, and here which type of geometry is choose, and as per this geometry you just choose the Gaussian surface. So for an example, which type of charge distribution is given to us and which type of Gaussian surface are considered. Okay, if you have a point charge, then you choose spherical Gaussian surface. Spherical Gaussian surface. If you have a line charge, means one infinite long line is given to you, then which type of Gaussian surface is considered? Then cylindrical, this is the standard one. Okay, so in this case cylindrical Gaussian surface is choose in this case of line charge. If you have a plane, charge, then we choose cylindrical. Maybe there is a different choices. If you choose the cylindrical, you get the answer cylindrical Gaussian surface. Or you just consider the rectangular parallel piped Gaussian surface. Okay, out of this two you can choose any one of this. If you have a spherical geometry, spherical charge distribution. These are the whole charge, line charge distribution, plane charge distribution, spherical charge distribution means charge is distributed over the sphere. Here line charge means what? Charge is distributed over the wire. Okay, plane charge means what? Charge is distributed over the longer plane, means larger plane. So this type of, so here we consider in case of spherical charge, spherical surface, spherical surface. Okay, so this is the important for us. So you just write this one in a note. This is a special note for us. Okay, so you just write in a note in your books. Okay, and the last one, important notes in last one, a Gauss law is based on inverse square dependence on distance. Means we just using this when we derive this equation q enclosed upon epsilon naught, we use this Coulomb's law here, kq upon r square. Okay, so this law is useful here. So this law is also based on inverse of square dependence law. Inverse one means 1 upon, and square means 1 upon r square. Inverse square means what? 1 upon r square. So this law is also depends on this one. Okay, so all of you guys note this everything in your books, then after we are go to this next one. Note it. Okay guys, let us solve some example which is based on Gauss law, and that is the illustration number 1.11 from the textbook. Here the statement is given here. You just read this statement here. The electric field of the components, it's in a figure 1.20 means this figure is given in a problem statement. Okay, where Ex is equal to alpha into x raised to 1 by 2 means this electric field whatever the given is changed as per the x, and it is given as a Ex is equal to alpha into x raised to 1 by 2, and Ey and Ez is 0. So here electric field in y direction and z direction is equal to what? 0. Electric field is 0 in x, y and z direction. So Ex is equal to alpha x raised to 1 by 2. That is given to us. Now with alpha is equal to 800 Newton per Coulomb. Alpha is given to us. So alpha is equal to 800 Newton per Coulomb. Let's write this given data. So we have to find these two things. A, find the flux through the cube. So we have to finding out the flux through this cube. Here this cube is given. The side is A. This cube side is A. This distance is also A. Everything is given to us. Okay. And this charge within this cube. So second one we have to find Q enclosed inside this cube. And A is equal to 0.1. Here this A is given. This A is what actually? Let's write here. A is equal to 0.1 meter. These are the given data. So let's start with the first one. How much flux linked with this surface? So here we have a number of surfaces. So first surface, second surface, third surface, fourth, front, fifth, and last one is sixth. Let's give some names. So surface number 1, surface number 2, surface number 3, surface number 4, front surface is a surface number 5, and back surface is a surface number 6. Total we have a 6 surfaces in a cube. So how much flux linked with this surface? What is the equation of a flux? So first one, what is this equation of a flux? So flux 5 is equal to E dot A. 5 is equal to what? E dot A. So from this 5 is equal to Ea cos theta. 5 is equal to what? Ea cos theta. So if you consider this situation Ea cos theta from here, then for surface 1 you draw the electric field. Electric field direction is along x. Electric field direction is given to us along x1. So you just draw the figure for the first surface. So electric field is in this direction, and area vector is in opposite direction, because first surface area vector is this one. For second surface electric field is here, and area vector is also here, means both have a same direction. For third surface is means this one, electric field is along x direction, but area vector is upward. So angle is what? Pi by 2. If you draw for the fourth surface, then electric field is along x direction. Everywhere electric field is along x direction. Only area vector is changed. Here area vector is this one. So angle is what? pi by 2. Similar for fifth surface. For the fifth surface, area vector is what? Sorry, electric field is along x axis, but area vector is coming out from this plane. So what is this angle? Pi by 2. Electric field and area vector is coming out from this plane. Okay, so what is this angle? Pi by 2. Similar for sixth surface, electric field, area vector is into the plane. So what is this angle? 90 degree. So this all the surface angle is 90 degree. If here you put this cos 90, answer is what? 0. It means from the figure, so we write from figure, if consider this 3, 4, 5 and 6, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5 and 6, all are is equal to what? 0. Why it is 0? Because theta is equal to pi by 2. So here we count only the electric field, flux link with the first and second surface. So what is the flux link with this first surface? Means flux passing through this first surface. So let's see, just choose the symbol phi1. So flux through the first surface. Flux through surface 1. What is this? Consider it's phi1. Phi1 means what? EA. What is the angle between this area vector and electric field? Angle is equal to what? Pi. So let's just use cos pi. So what is E? E is equal to what? Alpha x raised to 1 by 2. So alpha. What is x? A. So x is what? A raised to 1 by 2. This is the electric field. Now what is area or area of this square? A square. Two side square. Area of the two side square. Okay, so this side is A, this side is A into A. So this area is A square, and cos pi is equal to what? Minus 1. So what is final answer? So phi1 is equal to alpha, minus alpha actually. Minus alpha. A raised to 1 by 2, A raised to 2. So total power कितना हुआ? So 2 plus 1 by 2. 2 plus 1 by 2 कितना हुआ? So A raised to 2 plus 1 by 2. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So total answer कितना हुआ? 5 by 2. So A raised to 5 by 2. So that is the flux pass through the first surface. Now similarly, flux through surface 2. Okay, exactly same one. 5 is equal to EA cos. What is cos? Here theta is what? 0. So here cos 0, because both have a same direction. So theta is equal to 0. Put this value. So alpha. What is the x for the second surface? So A plus A. Here this one is A plus this one is A. So A plus A, 2A. So this one is what? E into 2A. X raised to 1 by 2. X raised to 1 by 2 means x is equal to 2A raised to 1 by 2 into what is area of the surface? Again A into A, that is A square. So into A square, and cos 0, 1. So what is this finally? Phi 2. So this is equal to alpha into root 2, because this 2 raised to 1 by 2 means root 2. So that is a root 2 alpha into A raised to 1 by 2 plus 2, like similar this one. So A raised to 5 by 2. So this is the flux 2. So what is net flux? So net flux 5 is equal to phi1 plus phi 2. इसका sum कर दो. So what is this answer? So if you just take the summation of this one, then this one minus this one. Okay, and alpha A raised to 5 by 2 common out. So alpha A raised to 5 by 2 common out, root 2 minus 1. Okay, alpha is given 800, A is given 0.1. Put this value and find this answer. Okay, so this remaining is calculation is in homework. You just try to solve out this remaining problem by yourself. Okay, and second one is what? To find the Q angles. So use the Gauss law. Here use the Gauss law. Second problem. Let's write here. By Gauss law. What is this Gauss law? This total flux phi. This total flux phi is equal to Q enclosed upon epsilon naught. So what is Q enclosed? Q enclosed is equal to Just epsilon naught multiply here, so 5 into epsilon naught, 5 into epsilon naught. Okay, this is remaining task is in homework, means you just try to solve out this problem. You just put the value, getting this answer. After this answer you just put this answer here, you getting this final answer. Okay, what is epsilon naught? What is epsilon naught? Permittivity of a free space, 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. After put this value, you getting this answer of this Q enclosed in a coulomb. Okay, all of you guys note this example in your books, then after we are go to this next one. Note it.